Okay, next is the Charcoal Farm Sewer bill. We're the best, I just brought that up to sort of bring y'all up to date on that. I talked to Miss Tina Scott yesterday on it, and she's basically doing some legwork on, she talked to Paul Moore Jr. about that, and we're basically still doing a little bit of leg work on that to make sure when we try to take that to civil code. I thought I'd have maybe a little bit more on it, but I've looked at some deeds. We're trying to look at some deeds when possibly Ben gets back, or maybe Charlie may get involved in this to help us be a little bit, have a little bit more footing when we do it. We don't want to go into it blind. Have I talked with you?
You gave me one phone call and I gave you some food for thought. And I actually went by and talked to Paul Jr. because we communicate on some of these technical things we never run into. The first thing that's gonna have to be done, and he and I both agreed on this, is make sure there is an easement in place for the city before you can do anything with that pipe or take any action, I think, in one way or the other. The second thing I think that you may can use, because I know the board sitting up here and they don't want to get into a position of alienating a lot of people about cutting their sewer line off, because where does it go? In your neighbor's yard. Then you've got two things that you can do right now in Mississippi from the standpoint, and Kate can probably give me more information on this, what I know. You either are hooked to a sanitary sewer line that is maintained by a municipality, or you have to have a health department approved septic filtration system. And with that, you've got to have so many square feet of drainage area, just like your spray field down here. Same thing, except it's much smaller, but I don't know what the lot sizes are up there, but I know in doing mortgage closings in the past, that is one of the things that you've got to have, the certification that you've got enough room on your lot out there for this to drain off of and trickle out. So the people that are building up in that area, I think would have to have, if y'all continue to provide sewer up there, they're either gonna have to contract with you in some manner and post maybe a guarantee of some time, a deposit, like a lease, and agree to let their bank accounts be drafted, or they're going to have to put a filtration system in, and those filtration systems are what, $7,000-8,000.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot cheaper to hook to the sewer. Your other, and I know this is probably a sore subject for all the residents in that area, would be annexation. But then you've got the problem of a Mount Comfort water system that has all their meters pledged on the FHA loans. So you're almost in a catch-22 situation. So.
Yeah, I talked to Charlie for the house being built up there now, and I'm very fearful of putting a sewer system in when there's a great possibility, or we may have to go through court to get it paid for. Now I agree, what most everybody up there is paying their sewer bill and all that, but I guess some have found out that you can't cut sewer off like you can water, and so they just flat don't pay their sewer bill. There's always a bad apple somewhere, and there's a few up there, but I'm gonna be very hesitant to just go hook somebody up there when I don't think we can get paid for it. It's just bad business. So that's what Charlie was talking about there, is drawing up some type of contract which would be more binding than what we have now.
You might also could get a mutual aid agreement with Mount Comfort Water Association that would coordinate your sewer and your water together, where if the sewer was not paid, then the water authority would have a foot standing to cut their water.
That'd be the best thing.
Yeah, there you go, yeah, that would.
That would work.
That process has to be, y'all have to set up an agreement, they have to set up an agreement. That has to go to the Attorney General's office for ratification, and then it has to go to the state auditor for ratification. Then it comes back to you, just like y'all voted on that thing with the Department of Revenue for final approval. But it's actually a contract between governmental agencies that is enforceable.
Yeah, that might be a very viable route to go. Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to bring that up, y'all, and it's, we just need to keep all that in mind.